He's got to be down there. He's rubbish.
I would put him.
He's worse than Lovren. He is
I'll...
worse than Lovren. Squawka have asked us to rank every player who's played in the Premier League this season for Liverpool and Man City from worst to best. What could possibly go wrong? I'm Lizzi Doyle from the Anfield Wrap.
Steven McInerney from Esteemed Kompany.
I don't even know where to begin. I mean, we're quite lucky that we're stood together, I think, with the two best teams, not in England, but in Europe.
Yeah.
So we've got quite a nice job on our hands, I think, compared to most.
We've got to work out what that actually means, really, to be honest. Like, are we doing best form? Are we doing best players? Or is it, I think it's based around the Premier League. So we've got everyone who's appeared in the Premier League so far this season. So I'm going to guess, what do you want to do, form or overall? Should we do probably form for this season?
Yeah, let's try. But obviously, like I haven't seen every single minute of Man City, so I mean, it might be a little bit hard for me to compare a couple of them, probably with you as well. So we'll just have to fight it out and just then just go with it, I think.
I'm going to presume something like for you guys, Shaqiri's down near there. And we can move it around, can't we? So should we just bring people down towards the bottom?
Shaqiri's the first one that comes to my mind. He's hardly played. I mean, he's injured now, and we haven't seen him in the squad for I don't know how long, so that would be mine for Liverpool.
I feel bad on the young lad, but he's barely played. He's only had like a token appearance in a battering. So Eric Garcia, I mean, worse is hard because he's a kid, but he's probably near the bottom by default. You know, I'm not. We'll sort the order out, but I'll put a couple of City players down there. I'll probably put Angelina's started the game now, but I'll put him roughly down there because he hasn't got much experience. I'm just bringing City players down in this category.
I mean, I feel like I'm doing now every single one of these at the same. It's really quite like, I absolutely love every single one of these, and I'm not just saying it, I really do. So I would have to go next if we're going off form.
Lallana maybe? He's barely played, has he? He's had like a few substitute appearances.
I think you'd have to go, and I feel really harsh on the lad, I think I'd probably have to go Keita before Lallana.
He's been not good. He's been...
He's only just coming back from injury. He's made a couple of appearances in the Champions League and the League Cup where he's looked bright to begin with, then faded, but he's getting back into it, and I think...
What about this guy?
Lovren?
Yeah.
He's been all right since he started. No, I'm not having that. No, not yet. I'm not having that yet. No. I think you've got to do Lallana before Lovren.
Yeah, okay. Lallana. Get Lallana.
And I don't think, again, it's more to do with the fact he hasn't really played, but then, like I say, come on against United and change the game.
Yeah, I think... He scored a goal, a tap-in, if we're being honest. But it was still, he's got you the point there.
He's done well in the other competitions, and he's not really meant to, but he's a good squad player and he's dead experienced.
Based on the same rules in terms of done well in other competitions then and kind of limited games, I'd probably put Foden next. I mean, he's really good, and he's had his best performances in the Cup so far, but he's not probably played much football, so I think they're in a similar kind of category, really, aren't they? You know.
What about Benjamin Mendy?
He's actually played a few games now. He's played a few games. So I kind of would. He's probably around this area. He's like slightly above this lot. I think that's probably fair enough. But he's probably going to start the weekend as well. So he seems to be. Zinchenko's probably slightly below him, I would say, personally.
Really?
He's been injured.
Because he's injured, yeah.
And he's not really played that well when he's come in so far. I like Zinchenko, he's a good lad, but he's just not really done that well. What about yourself?
I quite like him. I think with me, if we were doing it on the whole, I would have gone Lovren. I'm not the biggest Lovren fan.
I think.
But for me,
how many has he played so far this season?
He basically has come in since Matip's been injured.
Yeah.
So
Gomez hasn't played much, has he?
I think Gomez then. I think Gomez has to go before Lovren. If we're going on Premier League,
played less than Zinchenko as well. I think, to be honest, personally, I think he's probably a little bit lower than we realise. I think I definitely would have Mendy above Gomez because Mendy's actually played a few games personally. It's
really harsh that because I thought I think Gomez is a great player.
Based on form, aren't we?
I know.
He's a good player, but
he definitely has to go. At the moment, has to go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, has to go below Lovren, and also Jurgen Klopp loves playing Lovren against Man City. Have you noticed it? I think even if I honestly believe if Joel Matip was fit, he'd still play Lovren. I do.
I genuinely hope he does because I can imagine Aguero being very happy about that.
It didn't happen last season, did it?
Well, he scored.
It's 0-0, isn't it?
He scored the winner at the Etihad anyway, but we should have won that one, let's be honest. Mahrez missing a penalty. But I think Mendy's ahead of Lovren personally, but like I'll let you have that. No, ahead of Gomez, but...
yeah, all right then. I'll take that because Mendy's had more games.
Yeah, and...
I think you should, yeah.
Looking at the rest of the team, I would probably...
Otamendi's
had a bit of a mare. Otamendi's...
Oh, he's got to be down there. He's rubbish.
I would put him...
He's worse than Lovren. He is worse than Lovren.
I'll switch him and Mendy around. I'll do that because Otamendi.
So you're putting Mendy above Lovren?
Go on then. You can have Lovren above Mendy. I'll let you have that.
I'm basing it on the last couple of games. Genuinely, since he's come in, he's not really done anything wrong. I don't think. I really don't. But then it's hard with Van Dijk next to him. But I think he's rubbish, Otamendi. I do. I
think most City fans would agree with you. At one point, he was pretty decent, but he's kind of lost his head recently.
Like, would you?
After that,
I think that's harsh on Phil Foden. So if you're putting Otamendi,
I would put him. I would actually put. See, it's weird because it's about game time in 4 minutes. Like he's barely played. So I actually would probably. Do you know what? I'm probably gonna.
I think started off on form, and then if we because to me,
it's like players have not played.
If I look at your team, if you're asking me, no matter the position, do I want Phil Foden or Otamendi? It's Phil Foden
in the team.
All
I
day,
actually
any
agree.
day. All day, any day.
How much Gomez played? It's all really, has he?
No, I can't.
I think given the fact that he was so important at one point and he's barely played, I think he's had so far by his own expectations a pretty bad season. Not that he's done anything wrong as such, but he's just not really.
He's not kicked on in other competitions really, and it's a shame because we all like Gomez. So it's. But
I'd personally switch Foden, not Mendy then.
Yeah,
I think that's probably fair.
I just think I actually like Phil Foden. I think he's a
quality,
really good
quality.
kid.
Just not played much for us so far.
But then again, I suppose then we can't. It'd be too hard to judge on game time in a way because we're not the managers giving them game time, are we? At the same time, so I think that's about right. I think those two are much of a muchness. I think Gomez and Zinchenko, because I think at one point last season Zinchenko was great. Yeah, and I thought Gomez was brilliant when he first started before he got an injury. So I think that one's fine. And I think Phil Foden deserved to be a bit higher up.
It's like, I feel like some of these players on this team here, they're not on this list. They haven't really done much wrong. They're just not played. So I think that's very understandable. So and it's relative to their squad status because I think we'd all agree all these guys here are better than these ones in terms so far this season, which is fair enough. This is where we get into the good stuff, isn't it? Yeah.
Now, isn't it?
This is the actual
Juicy.
good stuff.
Right, okay.
I would say for City looking at.
Should we offer up one each and then debate it? Should we go with that? So
choose your next, not worst, but maybe, Adrian's done all right, hasn't he? Stepping in, to be fair to him.
Oh, God, this is tough. Oh, no, I feel like he might have to be the one.
See, then after that,
but then, I mean, you haven't had a backup keeper play for you. He's done brilliantly since he come in, like he did, but he's not Alisson.
What about?
He's brilliant. I really like the fella.
What about I know he just scored a couple last minute equalizers.
No, I'm not having it. Origi's not going in yet. No, I'm offering up Adrian for Origi.
He's not going above any of them. That's all I'm saying.
Debatable.
Do you know what? I'm going to put Laporte in actually because he's injured. He's injured. So how can you have a good season if he's injured?
Yeah, but that's like me saying if Van Dijk was injured, Van Dijk could be here.
Yeah, but he isn't,
I think I could justify that.
Yeah, but we can't put people high or low depending on. If we do it on form or overall ability, because his ability's up there, but like.
So you're going to put Laporte.
Well, I can't say he's had a good season. Could you say an injured that's the thing. It's like deciding who's had a good season, who hasn't, because I can't say Laporte's up there. If we're on about.
I know, it's just as an overall player, I think he's great. Well, I think that does him a bit of.
I mean, by the same logic, Alisson's missed a lot of games, hasn't he, as well? So it would be like maybe he was around the mid.
I'll have to argue the toss over Alisson and Ederson. That'll be one to come to. I think I'm going to offer up Adrian. I think.
Okay, fair enough.
Just because Origi, say what you want about him, the goals that he comes up with are more important than performance. So I'll have to throw up Adrian.
Next, I'll offer up Stones because he's constantly injured. I think he's in and out.
I would go Stones and then Laporte. I know Laporte's been injured, but do you not think this is one where you have to put a bit of context to it, and you'd all day, any day want Laporte in over Stones? I would anyway. Yeah,
100%. It's just he's world class. I genuinely believe that. I think him and Van Dijk are the best centre backs in the league, but he's injured. Then
I think Stones is the right decision. Maybe
Milner. He hasn't actually played that well this season. I don't think. I think that's probably fair.
No, he has. I don't think. Tell me he's done anything he's done wrong.
He's been a lot more squad playery this year. I think there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't think he's better than any of these guys here. I mean, Origi, you got this emotional attachment to him, obviously, but Oxlade-Chamberlain's only played a little bit of football as well.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'd have to put Oxlade-Chamberlain lower than Milner.
I think it's probably next, I reckon. No.
Are you still sticking with Laporte then?
No, I think Laporte is above
Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Yeah,
I think okay.
I was just going to say, City fans, I love Laporte, but it's just the format.
And I love Oxlade-Chamberlain. This is really hard.
After that.
Are we keeping Milner there then? Because let me have a look.
Should we just move
I look at someone like Mahrez.
Mahrez started the season in quality form. He was actually one of player of the month for one of the months. So this is one of the things where, as a City fan, I notice this a lot more.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah,
And
bunch
this
of
is
goals,
where I'm
assists.
doing it more overall now, because to
And
me...
he's definitely been better than Origi in that, like, 100%.
Yeah, no, okay, I get that. But I just... I don't know. It's hard. Like, Milner, I feel like if I'm looking at this now, Milner, just because of how much he's used, has to come here next. I think you've...
Should we just move these three down? I think that's probably a fair way of doing it.
I think...
Otherwise we'll be in a bargain all day, won't we?
What about Cancelo? How's he been for you?
He's only started... Do you know what? He started recently. You know, he took it a lot because he signed for a lot of money. Like, he's doing a lot for Firmino did last season, which takes a long time on the bench and stuff. But he is coming in now, and he has played well when he's come in. I think around here is probably a good shot.
Would you go Cancelo and Origi around here rather than Mahrez, and then do Mahrez?
Yes, I would. I'm fine with that, I reckon.
They're like mud, yeah, because it's hard. I know we just love Origi, and I know it sounds mad, you can laugh all you want, but the man that comes up with stuff the honest to God, I don't know what
he started in Villa, he didn't play well. I think he actually did. I think he played pretty poorly. He comes on when he's only good in the last, like. Other than that, I think he's a bit naff.
He's impact though, really,
His impact. Bearing that,
he gets that. That's why he's above Milner, because he's got that. Right.
So looking at your play, I don't think Salah's had a great season so far. Not yet, but I don't think he actually has a great season. I think he's well off the top in terms of the goals and assists.
He started great. No, he's got
okay.
a good. No, his assists have been decent this season.
Yeah.
He might not be scoring, but his assists have been good. I think.
See, I think you've won a lot of games through like a war of attrition thing where you've just worn teams down. Like, I don't think it's been like. I think
Salah runs ragged, and this is the thing. Like, I think you can't put Salah below Mahrez.
I think they've had a similar start, to be honest, even statistically. So I think that's probably fair.
So are you going to go?
I would say maybe Kyle Walker next.
Mahrez, then Kyle Walker, or Walker before Mahrez?
To me,
Walker plays more games, doesn't he?
Yes, but he's had an okay start to the season so far. Like, Cancelo started
your
to play some games.
Your back four's been a bit cheeky, but I don't know how much that is down to Walker.
Do you know what? I'll happily bring in...
Oh, Fernandinho?
He's played a few games. Basically, he's only played centre back, so it's been a weird one for him.
Do you not think Fernandinho should be your next one, because he wasn't even getting his position because Rodri come in? So Rodri come in, and
I don't think your defence has
been
been that good this season. It hasn't. You've only got 2 clean sheets in the league. You are conceding goals. I know he's quality Van Dijk. I know Matip as well, but I don't think it's been as solid as it is. Teams do score against you now.
Yeah, but I think our back four is better than yours.
It is, and the fact that this is down here would prove that, but I still don't think it's been great. I think
I agree.
I think what saved you has actually been your forwards, like Mane in particular. I think it's quality. Then obviously,
I would argue then. I think Matip needs to be above Fernandinho. I know he's been out the last 2 or 3 games, but I think Matip on form has been better.
Okay, I'll have these two next. I'm fine with that.
So you're keeping Walker there over Mahrez. Again, I haven't really watched much of Mahrez, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, Mahrez I think has had a better start. I mean, he's been on the bench a couple of games, but he did play really well at some point.
Mahrez is nominated for the Ballon d'Or, but we've got probably about 6 of these are nominated in the Ballon d'Or. I know that was last season.
So far for you, these are all, guaranteed stars, really, aren't they?
All of these are, yeah. Are you going Mahrez? Are you still looking to put someone in? What about Jesus?
Maybe, yeah. You know what? Rodri's had a better start than Jesus, I would say. I probably would. I think your best fullback so far has been Alexander-Arnold. I think Robertson's had a quieter start to this season compared to last season.
He hasn't.
He
hasn't. Andy Robertson is consistently 8 out of 10. He honestly, the two of them sort of have to go together wherever they go, because I think they're both brilliant. He doesn't.
If you rank the performances of your players now this season,
okay. If I was to do that, then I would go.
It's got to be Mane.
It's Mane first.
Okay.
I think Fabinho is second.
I'd probably agree with that as well.
I think Firmino's third.
Firmino,
yeah.
Firmino
so Mane, Fabinho.
He's only scored a few goals, hasn't he? He's just
doesn't matter. Everything else he does off the ball, he's absolutely. You notice when he's not there. And I'd put Alexander-Arnold, Robertson around there. Van Dijk. Salah's been a bit off. Alisson's just come back in, but he's still Alisson.
He's not done much, has he? Really?
Who?
So you can't really say he's had a great season because he's not had much to do, really. Alisson. I think he's probably he hasn't been this guy.
This is where I feel like I have to overrule the form thing though, because he got 3 Golden Gloves last year, and he's Brazil number 1.
With all respect, we're not on about that. So, like, Ederson has been.
We're on about the best player.
We're on about the best and worst form in the Premier League, as we decided at the start of the video.
I've just
changed my mind now, so it's
I just don't think that
Ederson has been phenomenal. He's been one of our best players this season because we conceded chances, and some of his saves have been absolutely world class, genuinely brilliant.
The only way I'll compromise is if you put them together and then you put Alisson just underneath him, because to me he's better, but he's just only.
Can we
just
put them side by side? I think I've seen that on the previous video before.
Yeah, put Alisson just a little bit higher, like a millimetre. Yeah, okay, lovely.
I don't agree with that for the record.
Right, so we're sticking with Jesus Mata.
See how have these two been? I think they've been good, but not incredible. I think that's fair.
It's really hard with our midfield now, because this is where I think actually I need to probably compromise here, because
I don't think you've actually run game. I don't think you've you have obviously done really well, but like a lot of it has become from the brilliance of your fullbacks and forwards.
One thing I will
has been a bit, other than Fabinho, been a bit.
I will absolutely give this one to City, because I think the one area where City is so much better is in midfield. So I will happily give up
I reckon,
Henderson and Gini.
I think these two have been about the same level as Rodri. Both good, but not great.
I have to agree.
And then I'd probably personally put, I think Gundogan's been really good for us. So I'd put probably these two, then Rodri, Gundogan. I think that's probably fair.
Wasn't Rodri injured for a couple of games?
Do you know what? I'd say, who's been your better out of those two?
Gini.
Okay, so I would say, what about Henderson, Rodri, Gini, Gundogan? Because Gundogan has been really good for us.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I cannot argue with the midfield. I just can't.
I will take Mahrez there as well. I think that's probably fair.
I think, who have you got midfield?
I would probably say, for us next, like our best player so far has been easily Sterling. I think he's been phenomenal.
What about David Silva? How's he been doing for you? Because I think Fabinho's been outstanding for us.
I think Fabinho's had a better season. I'll probably give you David Silva next, actually. I probably would say. I don't
Maybe
think
Salah.
Salah, yeah, David Silva.
I hate to say it, just literally, if we are
by his own standards, though, yeah,
we have to do.
Those two are about similar, I'd say. I think that's probably fair, given like they've had a similar output. But now, do you know what? Bernardo's not been that great this season. We've just had these three.
See, now you know what my head track is, because I think Bernardo Silva's fantastic.
He's got like a post summer kind of hangover. He's been a lot of football.
I feel like I've completely changed my mind that that now that we're doing this on form, I want to do it the complete other way, because it feels like I'm not justifying
he's not
and your players as well.
I would say these two, Bernardo and Van Dijk, as good as they are not at their level this season. I mean, even Salah's one of them as well.
No, I can't have Van Dijk that low.
But he's pretty high still. You wouldn't have him higher than these guys, would you?
Well, so Alisson and Ederson.
Ederson's
are you keeping him high, are you?
City's best 3 players, to be honest, our best 3 players have been De Bruyne, Sterling and Ederson.
Alisson's made no mistakes since he's come in. I think the point of us conceding is more to do with our back four than it is Alisson.
I'd say David Silva lower for us, for City. David Silva the bottom, I'd say for
so
City.
So Mane, Fabinho, Firmino.
And Bernardo and Aguero switching places. So I'm just going to order my players. I reckon Sterling and De Bruyne at the top for City. I would probably put Aguero ahead of Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, I think Aguero is excellent.
Well, he's Premier League top scorer.
He's Aguero, isn't he?
Is he top scorer? I think he's top scorer at the moment. He's scored loads though. He's been brilliant, and he's always good for a big game as well. So he's definitely Salah. I think we can bring the Salah down. I think that's fair.
I feel like.
I'd probably say Bernardo Silva next to Salah.
I feel like I need to put Van Dijk above Robertson and Trent.
But has he been better than them?
It's hard for him not to be.
I don't think he has.
He hasn't been bad at all. No.
I know, but he hasn't been great either.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not great. It's better than still everyone in the league.
But he's not at his level in terms of form. I think he'd probably admit that himself.
I don't think many people would argue. I think it's much of a muchness in a way. Like
I'm going to say the best player in the league so far.
Trent struggled in a couple of games, but then has come good recently.
Okay.
So
he has been good. He did start slowly, I must admit. I did watch a few games. Maybe Trent next then? And I would probably go David Silva next for City.
Do you think Silva is played better than Trent?
He's had some good games and some quiet ones, so probably similar. I think. I mean, to me, by the way, I want at the top of the list. I just think Sterling's the best player in the league at the moment.
I think Sadio Mane is the best player.
Well, his goals and assists by a long way. He's got he's absolutely destroying Mane as well on that front. He just is. He's literally our talisman. City have scored 9 goals more than Liverpool, and Sterling is basically the reason with his assists and goals. He's been phenomenal. He's already on 9 assists in as many games.
I just think though, if the best player in the world, Lionel Messi, is voting for Sadio Mane as the best player in the world, Do you know what I mean?
Because he won the Champions League.
It's not because it's because he's
He's
on form, one of the best players in the world.
He is, and Sterling is equally as good.
Equally, you didn't say better. Equally,
he's equally as good in better form, in my opinion.
I don't think he's in better form. I think he's in just as good form.
Well, should we leave those two at the top then?
We have to put those side by side.
And to me, like I know you're going to say Fabinho, aren't you? And I would say.
Wait there. So who have you? So we've got that's our
your best
top,
two players.
isn't it?
Would you say is Fabinho? Would you say is next?
On form, I'd have to go Fabinho. Yeah.
De Bruyne to me is equally as good. He's he's an assist machine. I'm happy to have De Bruyne alongside him.
Okay. I'll have to go.
I think he's been better, but I'm happy to have him alongside because I know Fabinho's been quality for you guys.
I need to go. Probably Robertson
Next.
is my next one. I think. It's like.
But look, these guys here.
Yeah.
Okay. To me, I think Firmino's been better than Van Dijk. So I think Van Dijk and Firmino go alongside each other. I think that's fair because I think Aguero's had a better season than Van Dijk so far. He's still really high, but like that's.
I just want to make sure that everyone knows this is on form and not because I think Van Dijk is he's the best centre half in the world.
I think if anyone's going to get slaughtered from their own fans, it'll be me for conceding some things with Sterling on that, but I wouldn't worry about it. I think, to be honest, it was so evenly matched. Look at the points total, 99, 98. It's just ridiculous.
This argument here is one that is very valid for each set of fans. Like I think if I argue that, it's a completely valid point. But if you argued that, it's a completely valid point because I think De Bruyne is amazing, but Fabinho, I think is 34.
You scored 25. So going forward, these three have just been absolutely sensational. Like, and normally this guy would be a lot higher, Bernardo, but he's just not been that great.
But like I understand what you mean in terms of goals, but we're the ones that are 6 points ahead.
That's because of these guys down here at the bottom now. That's because of the defenders, which is why we've got a whole bunch from down here for City.
That's for you, why you're 6 points behind. But the reason we're 6 points ahead is all of these.
The reason you're 6 points ahead is because you'd be more consistent with your bunch of players, I would say.
We just don't score. The way that City play is score one and get as many as possible. Liverpool manage the game. So whereas you might say Sterling's done more than Mane, actually... don't think he has numbers wise. Like, I know what you mean, but Liverpool play differently to City, and I think that's what's so hard about this.
Now, Mane's quality. He's absolutely quality.
Mane is head and shoulders.
I would say we definitely picked our 6 best players. I think Edison, might even be better than Aguero this so far this season for City, but I'm happy to go for that because I think
it's so harsh on Alisson to.
I think that's a fair list.
I think Alisson, he's come back in the last few games, and like I said, he's just back to being Alisson.
Yeah.
And if he's back to being Alisson, to me, he's the best keeper in the world.
Because you know how leaky our defence has been, but he's some of the
He's the one that's... he's great. He's a great keeper, and I think, again, it's so hard between the two
I think this is a fair list. Should we agree on that?
Can we just... Yeah, so I'm absolutely sound with all of these. Lovren, Adrian, Stones, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Laporte. Again, that's harsh, but I know it's because he's been injured.
Yeah, see, you wouldn't do that with Van Dijk, would you? So you would not let him down there if he was injured.
I couldn't. Van Dijk's my man, and Virgil van Dijk. I'll always have your back, Virg, so don't you worry. You know what, we're just lucky, aren't we, to have some great players and to have a board like that, because tell you what, I've seen worse boards.
So after much deliberation, it was painful, but that is our list. And I think it's relatively fair, to be honest, but let us know in the comments what you would, which way you'd rank them, because that debate is going to go on for days and days, at least until Sunday. But for now, though, make sure you subscribe to Squawka, like, comment, all the usual stuff. Check out my channel, Esteemed Kompany, and the Anfield Wrap, of course, and we'll see you very, very soon.